Okay, I'm a bit sleepy now, but I was just thinking about the possibility, since many little voices have started, trying to normalize the idea that we can talk about Adolf Hitler in a critical way. Because in Austria and Germany, we can't criticize or nuance whatever happened. We have to just accept that it happened this way and that's it. And even we have laws about this. So I'm not going to say that this is not how it is. I'm just going to say we have laws. We're not allowed to say anything else. But what if it gets allowed to analyze bit by bit? What about this? What about that? What about this meeting of his with somebody? What about his outing at some forest or square or whatever? What about some speech of his or an excerpt of a speech? How about getting this and criticizing it? I mean, at school, we have, I'm sorry about the light, we studied um, excerpts from his book, his very famous book, and we were allowed to talk about it because it had, of course, the purpose to put us in the place that we are supposed to be about Hitler. Um, and I'm totally fine with this. What I just think is that young people they seem to really poke into this whole situation and they want to change the status quo of perception and again critique of Hitler. They want to unfold it again, to open it up again. Sorry, my pillow is. Ah. And they want to talk about it. And okay, let's. This is one thing which hasn't been allowed, especially here. We're not allowed to talk about this. We're not allowed to pick, like like I said, different moments of his. Or maybe what if somebody says, "I love his voice. I love the way he talks. That way." Why not? Certain people probably do. I mean, I don't, but and I've seen so many guys say, he's like masculine and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, not to me. You always look like a guy who tries to be of course. Um, but I'm just thinking, what if we allow this? What if we allow people to have T-shirts with? I mean, I wouldn't wear any of that. I don't wear T-shirts with like people's faces on. Um, But since there is this hype from the younger people, again, 20 somethings, they want to poke into this fixated, frozen thing. They want to unfreeze it. They want to see, they want to chop it up. They want to analyze it, and they want to see if something else would come out and if our ideas of what is would be wrong or not. And I'm like, I'm just thinking, if we let them, not you're not gonna be correct in what you're expecting to happen. I think the kids will be just so bored with it. Like the kids, I'm sorry, I don't want to call you kids, but like the youngsters, you'll be so bored with this. You will be within 2, 3 years. You'll be so bored. You'll be like, okay, so now we can talk about this guy. Now we can wear his t-shirts. We can wear the thing that's with the lines and stuff. We can wear this. And imagine that, all of this would be allowed. Kids will get so bored with it. I'm sorry, kids. But I think it would just be a phase that would just go away. I think it's not the threat that we've been told it is, and I think especially it's like the Che Guevara t-shirts. Like only few people wear a Che Guevara t-shirt, and they're so few and completely harmless. So and Che Guevara was also like a big personality, a guy with a lot of influence on multiple continents and controversial figure. And there was, for a while, there was this portrait of Che Guevara, and people were wearing it. And now very few of them do. And I was like, look at those idiots. So this is what I expect to happen if it is allowed for Adolf Hitler and his whatever symbols. if they get allowed, if they would just go mainstream, and people would say, God, what if, oh, I don't want to be mainstream, I don't want to die. So, and I think we would have also some world situations and events that are going to overshadow that. Nobody is going to care. I think it's just going to be some sort of a phase which is going to pass. This is my opinion.